Everybody plays games. Let's not act like that's not real. When a dirty old man comes at you, do you think that little white girl, the 25 grand a cheap girl, meant half of the stuff that she was saying to Shannon Sharp? Of course not.
All of this shows that Sean Combs is a terrible guy, but it doesn't amount to RICO. I am one of the people who argues and debates that a lot of this shows RICO. And, Kid Cudi seemed to have a lot of stories that matched up with the predicate acts to RICO. Did you agree or disagree?
I'm here to stand in solidarity with all of the survivors of Diddy and for the agenda for cruelty-free artistry to be something real. There's too much pain. There's been too many victims. There's too many survivors.
Do we think he did it? Heck yes, we think he did it. But I don't know if that's enough to prove arson as one of those crimes that they've alleged was part of his RICO criminal enterprise.
Just when the Diddy scandal seemed maxed out, Jaguar Wright dropped a bomb tapes tied to a 17-year-old Bryce Gray. She stormed into court, claiming she saw the industry's darkest secrets firsthand.
I was the only person there speaking for the victims except for the prosecution. I was the only one there to stand in solidarity, other than the prosecution. Looking around at all the YouTubers, interloping, begging, waiting in line to get into the court so that they could gossip, or should I say, misinform the public of what's real. Thank God for court transcripts, because I can honestly say that there would be 80 million remixes if it wasn't for that. I had to be there. And not just that, I was there as a reporter myself, as a journalist myself. I needed to be there to document that first day. It's one of the most important parts of my journey for cruelty free. But I wanted to be there and make prayer before everybody got me. And just reach out to the prosecutor as they came up and let me know. You have platforms that are backing you. We're praying for your success. And that moment with her was awesome. I prayed for her. I prayed for her safety. She told me that she does the same for me. And I asked her the most important question there was to ask. Are you ready? And she looked me in my face. Like I called her on a bluff, and she said, we're ready.
As the trial heats up, Jaguar Wright doesn't flinch. She says none of this shocks her. She's been sounding the alarm for years. Now, she's comparing it to the R. Kelly case and calling out the twisted patterns. Everyone's ignoring.
I've already spoken to him. That's the thing. Anything that's about to be said in that courtroom, I've already spoke about at length here on this couch.
Front door lock unlocked.
Are they saying anything different than I've already said that they be doing?
You're right. You're on it.
How many times have I said? This is rock. They rock you. And everybody knew about it. I could have sworn to God I said that a million times. Everyone knew. Everyone. So no, I'm not surprised at anything he had to say. I'm not surprised at anything that Cassie is saying right now. What I do find interesting is that everyone is acting so surprised. What will I say about what he said? I think he's telling the absolute truth. Like when the opening statements in the defendant's case start as, well, my client has drug addiction and he suffers from jealous primal rage. I mean, yeah, he did these things, but it really wasn't that bad. Everybody loved him and they wanted to be loved by him in the manner in which he likes loving people. What did I say about R. Kelly? Do y'all remember that? The first time we did the blue couch to the chair. When it went from the light bulb to the couch with a light on it. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Love and year. Love it, yeah. Yeah. How is this any different? Is nobody realizing that a lot of the testimony that we're hearing against the diddler right now, very similar to the things that people were saying about R. Kelly?
Yeah.
Why is nobody paying attention to that? Why does no one want to look at what's right there?
But it gets crazier. Jaguar Wright called out Ryan Leslie, saying he set up Cassie by introducing her to Diddy. Since the lawsuit, silence. No denials. She fired off. You don't get to wash your hands like Pontius Pilate. So what did Ryan really know?
A whore. Telling people not to care about her baby. He said Mary Magdalene was a whore. And then compared her like, and y'all better not be affected by that baby bump. Whores have babies too. Who says that?
Wow.
Talking about he knows where her family is from because he's from New London, Connecticut. And everyone wants to keep barreling down on Ryan Leslie. It's funny. I talked about the whole Ryan Leslie connection. Ryan loved Cassie, bragged about her. Cassie just testified. She has tattoos on her body from Ryan Leslie. But nobody ever talks about how that relationship ended and how her relationship with Diddy began. You know, Ryan was blowing up. And after him and Cassie separated, gone. I wonder why. If Diddy has ran around and threatened every other man that was interested in Cassie while he was busy her, neglecting her, confusing her, why wouldn't we think that he put the moves on Ryan Leslie? I thought it was interesting when he did Drink Champs. Because he just recently, not that long ago, did a Drink Champ interview with Nori and them over on the Hairbusher podcast. I was shocked to see that. I didn't understand the relevance. I didn't understand why he would do anything for a network that was affiliated with Diddy. I didn't get it. Didn't make any sense to me. Not at all. But what I do know is this. Diddy has a history of bullying women into relationships with him and bullying men away from the women that he desires to possess.
And she's not done Jaguar's naming names. Jay-Z, Beyonce, Mary J. Blige, Rick Ross, Hot Don Low, 50 Cent. No, one's safe. She called Blige a procurer and cover-upper, with Kid Cudi testifying about arson and break-ins. Those crazy claims, they're starting to sound like receipts. Was Jaguar exposing the playbook all along?
Kid Cudi testified about his home being broken into, his car set on fire. We've also heard from a male escort who testified to creating, quote, scenes with Cassie under the direction of Sean Combs, and then Diddy's former assistant who testified to seeing Combs' another girlfriend. Which one of these three men do you think potentially had the most impact?
I actually think it's Kid Cudi, and that's because the things that he is testifying to brings us outside of the realm of domestic violence and these kind of crimes that we've been hearing a lot about. Remember, in a racketeering case, they have to show a criminal enterprise and these ongoing criminal predicate acts that we refer to them as. Something like arson, something like that car bombing that Kid Cudi testified to, the break-in, residential burglary, all of those things start to paint the picture that this is far more than just a incredibly jealous or a man, that this is someone who is willing to extend beyond that and commit crimes. And that, I think, is really moving the needle as far as the racketeering charges go. All of this kind of fits into that overall scheme of a criminal enterprise. But I think when the government starts to extend beyond the freak-offs and beyond the they start to paint a fuller picture for the jury of just really how this person operated like a criminal.
Jaguar Wright was warning us about Diddy and Bryce Shear before the lawsuits. She's vowed to expose what happened to that boy. Bryce, once a rising star, is now reportedly on OAF, selling himself just to survive. Jaguar's question hits hard. What really broke him?
The other thing is he's always saying little slick stuff. And don't nobody ever think he needs to be subpoenaed for any of it. If we go back and we think about things that he said before Cassie filed the lawsuit, right before Cassie filed the lawsuit, he was talking about how Diddy used to send videos of Cassie getting partied on, getting freaked off on. And he said he called me and he said, "Hey, have you seen this? I thought this was your girl. I thought you loved it." "Oh yeah, she loves it. She loves it. Whoopty whoopty woo, yada yada yada." That was evidence of a freak off that he had footage of. Why was that not subpoenaed? And if he knows so much, why isn't he a material witness? I don't get it. Everybody's so interested in calling me off the court to force me on the stand to do this and to do that. But this man is sitting over here, he's been dry snitching for almost 2 years straight. And he's not a witness? Why not? If you have knowledge that the Jigga Man helped the Diddler boom boom Kid Cudi's car because he didn't want his property messed with, which was Cassie, why ain't nobody asking him to come testify about it? Why is he not being called in? Like all of this, oh, I'm gonna sit on Instagram and I'm gonna just shoot a shot and I'm gonna do this and then I'm gonna sit back and watch. And yet, please, this is serious. People have been hurt. People have been destroyed. Now you just want to be the lineup king, Curtis, huh? How can we line you up everything you did with Soulja Boy? Who is that? Being used as a dog whistle against Diddy. All of this is getting real suspicious.
I think we're all in shock. Everybody knew about the Diddy parties and the after party, but we didn't know about the after party, right? Apparently the after party were these freak off sessions that were very selective, very coordinated, according to Cassie's testimony, very coordinated by Diddy. And it's not something that we knew about. It's just shocking. It's shocking to know that all of this was going on for years. It was shocking to know that, people were witnessing certain parts of but they weren't privy to nature of this. And, this wasn't like an everyday couple. Diddy has been in the spotlight for that whole time. And the fact that we knew nothing about these counts that he was orchestrating, it's just shocking.
Think Jaguar Wright's still holding more truth bombs? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And if you're feeling this, hit that subscribe button. Don't miss what's next. Until then, fam, stay real.